What's happening? What's happening, people? Welcome to another Homeisode, man. Not just music podcast. It's your boy Quincy Murdoch. Got my boy Duan Marino with me, man. How you doing, man?
Good. How's everything, man?
Thank good, man. Living, maintaining, um, prospering, man. You know, just thankful. Man.
I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad, man. My bad.
There
I'm
you
back.
go.
I'm back. Yeah. So, nothing, man. Just blessed, man. Blessed to do this not just music podcast thing. Keep the information coming, man.
Definitely.
Informing the people, man, doing something we enjoy to do, most importantly.
Definitely.
What I'm saying, in love. Uh, it's some stuff going on in the news, man. I know we talk about black, uh, what I'm saying, everything,
Hmm.
but it's technology is something going on right now. The House just passed a bill where they're trying to ban TikTok, and I think this is real crucial because we talked about AI, we talked about um basically the online presence, for like just music artists promoting their music. TikTok is a huge platform, just getting creative. So to read up on it, the legislation received wide support with both Republicans and Democrats showing a eagerness to appear tough on China to ban the app TikTok. And then it says the House on Wednesday passed a bill with broad support that will force TikTok Chinese owner to either sell the hugely popular video app or have it banned in the United States. So people that's watching, it's not officially banned. It has to go through steps and other bigger people, legislations, and all that. But they're trying to ban it, and many reasons. A reason why they're trying to ban it is because they say a lot of data, a lot of information, personal information is being leaked from the TikTokers. People that's on this website. It says you know, uh, in, internal documents show how TikTok employees have regularly posted users' information. So people at TikTok are putting out, this information. It could be your address, your driver's license, that personal information that you don't want out there. You know what I'm saying? While you're using their platforms. You gotta, and I started out by saying this is a Chinese ran um organization. So you gotta be careful about that. It says including driver's license of American users on a messaging and collaboration tool called LARK, LARK.
Mm.
Um, you know, and let me stop right there. I think you know, I understand the creativity. I understand us wanting to push our music, us wanting to be creative, whatever you do, whether it's acting, stuff like that. But you also have to consider your safety, the safety of you, because a lot of scamming going on nowadays, a lot of desperation, what I'm saying, the times we live in. Um, yes, it's important to be creative, but it's important to be smart also, when things like that. So, but yeah, it's important to keep your documents, what I'm saying, sealed, and it's good to at least have um the legislations and the government actually considering and thinking about our safety as people. But it's getting a lot of backlash. A lot of people, the users, are confused. A lot of them are angry about this because that's where they make their bread and butter. That's where a lot of them making their money at, they sales and making a living. So it ain't taking too well to the people, man. You know, it's a lot of mixed emotions, reactions. Um, you know, and it also could affect you know, I think the election, as we spoke, you know, in the past, it could affect the election, you know, specifically the Democrats, you know. So I think this is a huge win for the Republicans if it was to get banned in that category also. Um, what you think, man?
It's like a I mean, it just shows the how these platforms have kind of in a sense taken over the world. Nobody has promised any platform to any, you know, any given day your platform can get taken down just because it's tied into something that's, you know, considerably quote unquote big time. Everybody pays it attention. Just like with, you know, I think it kind of takes those TikTokers they really been hitting hard, especially when it comes to making like actual money. And it was only a given time for somebody who was actually going to just start getting into everybody's account and start leaking stuff and stuff, selling it on the black market and stuff like that. It was just eventually taking some time to it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Nobody in America wants to ever find themselves, you know, in these bad situations when it comes to like data leaks and stuff like that, because that's like a real, you know, that's a real threat to some. But you know, even if it was like somebody that's looking for like advice on that, I mean, the biggest thing is you wish people the best with these platforms. You wish they would start an actual business and get it going, you know, where you got like actual traffic, where you got like an actual website or something like that, to where you can dump all of these sales to, versus trying to get like hard sales via TikTok, because that's the thing, you tie in TikTok, like this situation getting ready to happen. So hopefully people take branding serious. Like, I mean, I hate that it takes money. I mean, it takes a small amount even with TikTok to do it, but more so people don't want to start that brand just due to how much expense it could be. But
and
now
that's important. That's an important key you just said. Expensive, bro. Like money. That's I think you know, with the economy and, you know, bills and how things are, it can be challenging. It can be challenging with the prices going up on everything from food to, you know, mortgage to housing to, you know, gas to it's expensive, but like you said, it's a sacrifice you gotta make, you know what I'm saying, if you really want to do it. But
Longevity. That's what makes that, you get that longevity stamp of approval. And you know, good God, I hate money is slow coming in. That's part of it, man. Until it's an actual machine to where it can run. And the biggest part is to fuel it. You got to fuel that thing till you find a worthy. If you don't find a worthy, I mean, you might find it on your own along the path. But the thing is credibility is mostly have now off of TikTok. How long TikTok has been going? Shoot, you should be well. I mean, it's so much money within TikTok. You should have already started a brand by now. Hopefully, I pray that a lot of people that were actually, if anything, it's not a lot of people hurt by this. I know Facebook, I know Instagram and YouTube will be happy, because it's gonna kind of take the reels are gonna run up on these platforms just due to TikTok shutting down.
man,
So
we
I mean,
almost had a little situation with Facebook. People thought it shut down, but it was like a little glitch, you know. So
people,
that feeling, man, that feeling is like, man, you know, platforms could be gone, man.
it is like that.
Yeah.
No time. I mean,
So
go ahead.
go ahead. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
go
know
ahead.
you was talking about, like, you know, starting your own. What advice would you give the person that's probably doing it by himself or herself, or, you know, really don't have any support? I want to talk to them people. What strategy, what advice would you give them to help them to start them out? Steps, important steps they should do.
Big thing. Is as much as the let's be honest, for as exclusive as a lot of people thinks that it is to get something started, and like you don't have a whole lot of money. Like, firstly, let's be honest. The biggest thing is you got to have a mentality. Let me start there. Before I even get into talking like dollars and things like that. Let me say this first. If you don't have a mentality to like grasp like actual concepts of reality before you like start this thing, because see, one thing I'm gonna tell a group versus just a single person, I tell a group this first. A group of people, I say, look, if you have a goal to make money, the goal is to make money.
Yeah.
This is a totally different situation than saying I want to have or own a business. There's two different aspects. Firstly, now you said a key thing, which was a lot of people, and it's not like a small number, it's a lot of people that have the drive to do, they just don't have the mentality. So now let's start with the mentality. The mentality is, firstly, don't do it if you are in a bind. Starting a business in a bind is not where you should say, I want to start a business.
But what if you really want to do it though?
If you really want to do it, you can start it. It can, the idea can be there, but for it to be, effective, it's gonna need one small little thing. And I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing that people don't think about it. It's not even a website considerably. It's the idea. Because like how with TikTok. Now, this is how I feed in how the situation with TikTok is going. You have a lot of people who did not have an idea until they started doing stuff on TikTok. That's when the situation became an idea, because think about it, it's just free to post stuff up on TikTok. It don't take a whole lot of effort. And TikTok gave a lot of people ability. It gave a lot of people leeway. It gave a lot of people money in their pockets, because they were doing something that they totally didn't even understand what it was until they started doing these dances, and these dances started feeding into trends, and these trends started being these big things. But you think about it now, let's bring it back to the website, like you just said.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
And also, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what's missing specifically in the Black community, it's not more about the money, because I think all of us can make money. All of us make money. I think the issue is not being educated enough to know where to put our money.
There you go.
So we need advisors. We need people that can tell us the right way, the path.
Yeah.
Because some of our parents don't even know the business mentality, or a lot of them are just used to working a 9 to 5, punching the clock, working for somebody. So you can't ask them for opinions when it comes to, that's totally different from a business mentality, an entrepreneur, when you're trying to build something. Am I right? So what you think?
That's the thing. See, you got to think about if the what ifs to what you're gonna do. So just take it like this.
That's
So
important.
the thing is this: you're already understanding that you're going to lose when it comes to business. So you have to think, are you in a position where you can take a loss with finances? Meaning, what if I have to pay this amount of money? What if I have to pay this amount of dollars? So like, I give people the example. So like, if somebody wanted to start just to say a successful online business, right?
Yeah.
To whatever degree it is, to me, if you don't have at least, and this is don't say if I didn't never give an actual example to a dollar amount. So if you're able to pay a power bill, you're able to start a website. That's the first ability you have right there. So if you want to start a website, if you can pay a power bill, you can start a website. Now that's just only one piece of it. Now let's remember this. Now a website doesn't mean that you're going to be successful businessman, is going to be successful businesswoman. You're not going to make money just because you started the website. So that's as I said, that goes back to that thing of saying, okay, so what if the what if money's part? Okay, there goes another part of, okay, what if I spend this money here? Now let's start bringing in money aspects of it. So firstly, I already said the whole situation of a website. You have to think about what a business is, like model. Like, what's a business model? A business model. Look at Walmart. Look at all these grocery stores around you. Look at all these things, these Walgreens, CVS. I mean, all these places that sell product, they have a certain way that they sell this product. The way they sell it is they have to spend money to sell it.
Yeah.
Think about that idea. See, you think about it like with us as a black community, the black community already doesn't inherit money. Like you just said, there's not a lot of us that inherit money. But I'm gonna be honest with you, some of us that inherit money don't know what to do with money either. So it doesn't switch whether if you have the money or not, because sometimes you could have a whole lot of money inherited and you could blow all of it on everything and you back to ground zero.
And that's it right there. That's the issue that I'm seeing, you know, in our community. And that's what I'm trying to get answers to. Like, how do we fix that?
And see, the hardest this is one thing I have to tell a lot, and this is not a lie. You have to be a chance taker. So if you're not a chance taker, if you're not going to take chances, you're never going to be successful at being a salesman or a businessman or whatever the case is. It don't even have to be a businessman. It could be whatever the brand is, whatever the brand requires of you to be. If it's a lawyer, if it's a doctor, if it's a nurse, if it's it could be whatever the field is. If it's not the case of you're not going in there with the mentality, the correct mentality, because you can make a lot of money, but the thing is also the black community, have we learned how to really save money the effective way? Meaning, are you saving money just for the sake of I want to go, want to go do something, and this is everything else that I got to pay for that you've already lost already. So think about it. If you just go, all this is me, I ain't gonna give this to nobody, meaning you ain't gonna even give your own self no money out your own hand just because you got to pay your bills, but you want to go, this is my have fun money, this is my just in case money. That money needs to be split up again, meaning if you wanted a business out of it, you're gonna have to separate that business. So here's three different things you're looking at.
A good slogan for that: scared money don't make no money.
And that's why people say that a lot. And now that's one of the biggest situations of the black community. We found our way to that part now where we're scared to do it. And that's the reason why, like you said, nobody's effectively told us what the situation is. The biggest thing you're going to have to realize for that dollar to grow, you're gonna have to take a chance on that dollar. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the more that the most I spent on dollars.
Your personal experience. Let us
my own personal experience is the more I was accessible to spending money towards my brand, the bigger it started to get. Whether if it was the case of where I was online, like I literally had driven traffic to my website. Like literally, I have like over 1,000 something subscribers to my website. So the first thing is the situation what I was presenting was something that it was a business plan. See, that's what you gotta have. The business plan has to be something that somebody can digest easily. The hardest part is you're going to have to spend the money, but you're going to have to give them something for free for you spending your money. So the thing is like I said, if you don't pay yourself, meaning pay your business out of your stingy money, as I call it, because a lot of people is really stingy with it. They stingy with their own brand.
I am,
and that's fine.
But you know what? I'm trying to work on it. That's why I wanted to bring this topic up. Because there's a lot of people out there, including myself,
deal with it.
I deal with this. You know,
that's real, but it's nothing. That's what you're learning.
But I want to improve. I want to break away those chains that we're accustomed to having. Because we're black community. We live in fear a lot when it comes to thinking bigger. Our wanting better. We feel like we don't deserve better, or we're scared of better.
We
And
are.
I'm trying to unchain mentally from that cycle because it's generations of generations, from my
Yeah.
side, like, and I don't want to live. I can't die like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's the key is this. You have a job, right? The
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
thing I've always did, even with when I worked at UPS, I worked at UPS for 17 years. I
Mm-hmm.
also played at a church. So, and I also was a barber. So I
Yeah.
had 3 forms of income. When I tell you I worked every single day, I worked every single day. And it's still consistently, even to this day, I'm working every single day. I still play at a church. I have a whole nother situation now where I do like gig jobs to the point where like online via apps doing deliveries and things like that. That has become a very lucrative business. It's became a very big situation for me. I've made a whole lot of money out of it. I've been able to do a whole lot with the money as well, because the case of what I had to do was find a job to where I'm able to be able to do all of this, what we do,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and be able to make a living as well. Because see, the thing is, the hardest part is maintaining it, right? So you think
Yeah.
about it
Yeah.
like this: when you want to maintain something, you have to do something for that to help it maintain. So what am I doing? The podcast is being paid for via a job that I'm doing. That's just
Okay.
for that. It ain't nothing else. That's just what's gonna pay for the podcasting. I
Yeah.
have a whole nother other job to take care of the business at home, wherever things need to be taken care of at home, because home still has to be taken care of, and that's everything that goes along with kids to down to
Yeah.
your power bill, whatever, everything, eating, all of that
Facts.
stuff that's the next part. Now, this is the hardest part right here. The hardest part is finding that one piece that you're able to say that, look, I need to have fun, I need to relax, I need to unwind. Now, let me explain this part.
That part. That
This
part.
is the
That
part.
part.
This is the part what I had to learn how to do. And a guy told me one time before, and a lot of people have twisted this so hard now to where they make the younger generation feel as if you should do everything while you're young. But see, let me explain to you. The hardest part is if you have a whole lot of fun when you're young, by the time you get old, you're going to have to work to take care of all of your fun years.
They
And this
just
is
man, they just said somebody just said something like that at work. Like,
it's
you
serious,
know,
bro. That's
like
serious.
how you should start a 401k at your
Yeah.
job at 18. You should take more out of it when you're 18 and young.
So
So
think about it.
when you get older, you don't have to work as hard,
Think about
work
that.
as
Now,
much.
you listen to what you just said. Now, let me give you an example. I worked at UPS. Now, hear me out. I worked at UPS for 17 years. I
Mhm.
almost made it to 20 years. I could have went up to 20 years. And if I'd have went up to 20 years, that means that this year would have been my year 20. So I started
Uh,
working at UPS when I was 20 years old, literally
uh,
there. 20 years old, worked there 17 years. So I worked all the way up until I was 37 years old.
wow,
So from
wow,
20 to 37 years old, I had this job that where the money is just building up and building up and building up. So when I left it, I didn't know what I was gonna get from it, right? Out
yeah,
of nowhere, email comes in and a letter comes in the mail. I open it up, it presents my whole breakdown of how much money. So basically, when I'm 50 years old, if I choose to, I could pull all that money I made and and
yeah.
and I'd be able to live off of it. Honestly, just that from the time that I'm
That
50.
401k, that
Yeah, so for
401k.
the case
Yeah,
of if whatever the situation was, if the saying that it's a retirement, basically that gives me the access to some money. Also, when I get like if I wait till I'm 63, which is the case of you get Social Security at 63. So
hmm.
I could wait till I'm 63 and pull it then as well, but the amount of it will be
Don't the
bigger.
company match it too? Your company matches that what you put into your
So
401k, like
basically, in
so
a
they
sense
doubled it.
of it all depends. Yeah, it all depends on how you set up your 401k. It's different ways
Yeah,
to set up. It's different 401ks you can set up. So for
yeah,
this is the reason why I'm saying this. This is for people who need to like really hear this part,
yeah.
especially in the black
Talk to
community.
him. Talk to
It
him.
does not hurt
Talk to me.
to work a job that doesn't make sense to you. If you're going to this job every day, they're
Uh-huh.
taking out your check every single check. every single year. Yeah, it's a hamster wheel. I hate to say it, but the thing is you're never going to get to the spot that you want to be in if you do not have the money. So the key is as I tell people, and this is where I go back to that part with me and we were just talking about. I want to say this again, that money for me is gonna have to eat, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like this is dead honest. From about 2009 to about 2019, 2020, I didn't have any fun money. I didn't have any fun money. I'm gonna tell you, I did.
Are you serious?
Being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. Like 2019 was the year that it finally got to the point where I could say, like, okay, I could see where not doing things made sense to say I can do things now.
And it was by choice. Was it by choice?
I had to make the choice because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason being, to be able to keep a business going, that's what's gonna be needed. So think about it like this. So if you want the business to like really get there, like I wouldn't know you if I wasn't putting in the work.
Right. That's a good point.
So you think about it like this. You think about it like this. The more and more I wasn't doing, I wouldn't have met you. The more and more I did, the more and more money I put into it. The times I kept trying.
That's crazy. That's a crazy, man. That's for real.
That's how you. The thing is you have to get out here. Like my school told me, Full Sail told me this. Like you have to make your online presence grand right now. And they told me this in 2013, 2014. Like what we doing now, I already saw this coming. You get what I'm saying? I knew this like then. It's just that it was just slowly taking its time to work its way in. So now let's bring TikTok back. So as you just said, we already knew Full Sail already knew something like TikTok was going to happen. They already knew that was going to happen because the case of the way the world was starting to go is what we're doing now. People can't do media. Media is hard to do. But once you put out that one TikTok that went viral, you already learned how to do it. You get what I'm saying? It's sad.
And they get mad about that too.
Yeah.
That you're making tons of money on their platform.
It's not and it's not a thing of that TikTok is
recognition.
Yeah, TikTok. See, that's the thing I like about TikTok. TikTok is about the people. And because TikTok is about the people, it messes up things to where they have to ban TikTok. You get what I'm saying? So it runs all together, but again, still, I feel for those, and it's not even just you, because the mentality is there. You just have to realize that taking L's is a good thing. I found out that taking L's, and honestly, it taught me how to be a home guy, a homebody, and not only saying a homebody to the point where I'm not taking care of what needs to be taken care of, but it gave me a sense of saying it taught me how to tie into the grind. It taught me how to work. It made me the tenacity became a thing of, okay, you know what? It's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The more and more I do it, and the more and more I do it, the more confident I'm gonna become about it. So in the case of you become tunnel vision to whatever it is, you won't run out of space to do anything. Meaning, I ain't worrying about my bills. I'm not worrying about. That's what you want to get to. I'm not worrying about my bills. I'm not worrying about none of that other stuff.
And that's real freedom. That's real freedom.
Yeah, I have what I need to take care of things. And see, that's the thing. Like, even though the business isn't winning, the business will eventually win if you stick with it. But if you don't stick with it, and if you're not consistent, and this is why I tell people, there's a difference between a businessman and a content creator. Hit it. TikTok.
And let me tell you, and that's good. That's crazy you say that. You know, business, it can win if you stay consistent. Because lately I found myself getting distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like, you know, we say a lot of positive things. We say a lot of good things and trying to bring a positive light to the world. And I feel like it should blow. You know, but I understand, like you said, it takes time. And you got to be consistent. And I'm saying this because I know it's somebody out there or some people out there that feel the same way. Like, you can get distracted. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not seeing results like right then, or how you feel like the results should be.
Yeah.
In a selfish type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this is to me, I'm gonna be honest with you. The honest consistency of what and this is how you and to me, you manage yourself and saying this is how you make yourself a business out of this. A lot of people need this, right? Meaning they need somebody to coach them, they need somebody to talk to them.
Exactly.
They need somebody to give them motivation. They need somebody to be positive. They don't need anybody to be negative. They don't need anybody that's going against the grain on them. That's all of that stuff is it means something. So I'm gonna tell you like this. So when we talk in the sense of the angle and the personality that I have is so hungered to what we do. It's the case of that's what it's speaking when I talk about it. It's not nothing personal. It's always
yes sir.
It's a business that has to be ran. If the business isn't ran, the business is gonna run out of gas and it's gonna be done. We won't have nothing else to get on here to talk about. We won't do nothing. But the biggest part about it is still this. Remember that all of this is done building blocks, meaning it's not done just by chance. It's done because it's wanted. I want this to be this. If I didn't want it to be this, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like just in case the whole situation of how everybody looks at it and takes it in and perceives it, it has to be done a certain way. So for the case of, it's gonna be boring in the beginning, but the biggest part is we're not going to make money from the podcasting itself. We're going to make money from it being a brand, meaning they know people are going to want to tie into this whole situation sooner or later. The reason being, they're going to YouTube, all these other networks. Eventually they're going to see that there's consistency here, even if this person hasn't done the best of job at putting out, the number one content, meaning the people that's at the top. This still will end up in there due to they see the algorithm is being messed up in inconsistency, meaning nobody's posting like us. The reason we get the traffic we get is because we're consistent. And it ain't even the case of like Instagram will be slow for 2-3 months. But then you had these spurts on Instagram where Instagram will be popping for a whole 30 days. But then it'll be right back slow again. But the thing is to never give up on posting. People forget that nobody knows who you are until you start posting. Meaning, like if you're gonna look on YouTube right now, a bunch of videos. I mean, it's crazy how many videos we have up, but at the same time, I've never had content to hit over 300 over basically 3-digit numbers. Like,
and that's not saying your material is trash. It's just what would you say it's for? The reason why for that.
The reason being is, see, that's the part where people have to realize how the gap gets closed quicker, and especially in this world right now. And this is what will, but I'm gonna be honest, what would bust content wide open right now? If we wanted to be like the top person and that big person in that big seat right now, let somebody say, walk up to me right now and be like, Duan, we're gonna give you $150,000, right? The first thing I'm gonna do with this $150,000, I'm gonna take $125,000 of it, and I'm gonna put that all on promo. That's it. The reason being,
talk to him.
The reason being, the money wasn't yours in the first place.
Right.
See, people think like, oh man, this I gotta pay off everything. You can pay off all you need with just a little bit of money. All you really need is like $1,000 or $1,500 or maybe $5,000 at most to clear up your credit or your little things that you behind on. Because if you
that was their money. So don't be scared to spend their money.
That's the situation. People mess up right there. So if you take that, I take $125,000 and I spread that amongst each platform.
Like a loan, basically.
And even if it is the case,
even if they just give it to you.
Sometimes it's not a loan. Sometimes it's a grant. Here's this $150,000. We see something in you, in your brand. Do what you need to do to get everything off the ground. So that's why I say, like, I take $100 $25,000 and literally put that in promo. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason being, the power is in promo, because I feel I have what it takes to put something in front of somebody and they will get it from us. That's how confident I am. I did this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I literally did this. What I did, the numbers that I did on my website, I did that off of like about $3,500 of promo, bro, in Facebook alone. That's it. I did that Facebook alone. If you go look up Duan Bruno Music Facebook page, it's like 4,000 something followers. I literally got about 3,500 of those people off of my promo, bro. Literally. Wow. Literally, and that was just off of,
and they still here to this day.
And they still got followers. If I choose the case to say, if I wanted to push what I was pushing at that time, which is music, which was beats, they were free. Those same people would come back anytime, just because the case of that's what they were here for. They were here for what I was doing at that time, which is beats. That's it. So I had the content is the power. Like I told you, your content is your power. If you don't have any content that's powerful, nobody wants it. So what we're doing now, this is powerful content because it's giving something. If you're not willing to give this for free, if you're not willing to do anything like this for free, your people ain't gonna come to you. Meaning the character. People want fans, or this is the thing. People want fans. Fans are actually people who want you as a person. They don't want, it ain't about your music. It ain't about nothing about whatever the content that you do. Your actual fan is there for you. Meaning how they was talking about with Beyonce. People come to see Beyonce because of Beyonce. They don't come to see Beyonce because of Beyonce's music. It's not because of the music. It's because of the opportunity to be around Beyonce, the actual person. So it's bigger than just sitting here talking about. People say, oh, you know, it's whatever they're doing. No, people go to people go to the meet and greet concert with Chris Brown. This man doing $1,000 photos. That's people ain't coming for the music. They're coming for him. See him. So think about it.
So it's gonna gravitate the people more. This situation, if somebody can see themselves in Duan or Quincy.
There you go.
That's what you're saying.
The connection. See, that's the part I started realizing. It was bigger than the beats. People like my personality. Like they was like, yo, man, I like how you just, you know, it ain't even, I just want the beats for free. You know, I just wanted to connect to talk to you. Wow. That's all a lot of people. I mean, it was like thousands. I could show you thousands and thousands of Facebook messages, bro. Like that was just coming in. This was 2018, like about 2016. It took me from I graduated Full Sail top of 2015. So I started building in. So from 2015, I only had like maybe 100 followers. By 2018, so from about 2016 to about 2017, I got maybe about 3,000 followers literally on Facebook like that in like 5 months. But that was just due to I kept trying promo. I kept trying and putting money into it and feeding it. Even if it wasn't working, I'm putting 20 here, 100 here. And then I finally figured it out. As the crazy part was, it's not about how much money I was spending. Because how it struck gold, it was only doing $1 a day. So I was putting I say it was like 6 months. I was putting $1 a day every single day, and that promo was just going up. I was like, oh, I done figured it out, and I was like, okay, you know what? Now I see what it takes.
It go back to what I was saying. We're not educated enough to know how to spend the money.
It's here. It's here. Like take it from me. Take it from me. If you're going to try, what you're trying to do is not saying you have to spend every single dollar you have. Put $30 into it. Try 30 days with $1 a day. $30 for $1 a day to promote your business. If you already got it up off the ground, just put $30 on it. Set your promo for $1 a day and test your content. If your content is powerful enough, people will jump on it. But if it's not powerful enough, they're not going to gravitate to it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the law. The law is, people hate to hear this, but it has to be free. Start off with something free and move the brand from there. Just you can give a little bit at the groundwork of free. You don't have to give away the whole business plan. You don't have to give away the whole model. You can say that and be like, look, this is $25. If you want the master class of this, I can get that to you for $25. But at the same time, you got to get those people and those people in there to see what you're doing, to get what you're doing. Show them what you're doing. Don't sit there and be like, I'm stingy with it. I don't want to show nobody what I'm doing with it. Like, show them what you do. Give them an actual model plan of what you're doing, because the case is, it's not hurting you, because it's supposed to be a piece for everybody. They're not going to do exactly what you're doing anyway. So again, you're going to win regardless. So the biggest thing is help somebody to help somebody. And when helping somebody to help somebody, that makes you look better, because they're going to point it all back at you because of the person you are versus the person there. Oh, I just give me all your money. That's all I want.
And that's why I stuck around this long, me and you, man, because the person you are. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it takes, bro.
It ain't even about the music. It ain't even about the music. It ain't about it's a bond, brotherhood, friendship.
If you figure it out in time, that's exactly what a lot of this stuff is. It's people wanting to be. If you want to be a good person, you can be a good person. That doesn't cost anything. That don't cost $1. It don't cost 50 cents. Don't cost a penny. It's free to be you. The biggest thing is take your ideas, and this is what I say for those that's at the bottom. Take your ideas, write them down. Put this into your business plan in your head, meaning go to work. Even if you're only making $125 a week, you can start from right there. There. It's just a budget. It's a budget. Put the budget in. Save $5. Save $2.50 every check. I guarantee you by the end of the look. And this is something that I tell people. This is a crazy thing, right? And I'm gonna do a little science real quick. If you do $2.50, and let's just say it's just the 50 weeks. Let's just say 50 weeks. $2.50 times 50 equals $125. It takes it actually takes $99 to start a website. There goes your start right there.
Right.
See, people, you don't have to jump it right off the gate. Stop worrying about the people. Don't rush. Just build your blocks. Save the money, small portions. So when those times come, it's not a thing. If I need to go buy this for the business, I ain't hurting to do that. Or if I need to go get this for the business, I ain't hurting to do that. Or if I need to go get this for the business, I ain't hurting to do that. And I'm not taking away for everything else that's going on in my life and messing that up, because that's the part we'll mess that up because we're trying to do too much. So don't do too much. Do what you can in that.
Trying to do too much at one time.
Budget.
I catch on late. Put everything off. That's another thing. We got a tendency of putting things off. You know what I'm saying? Putting things off.
But sometimes putting things off will help you. So again, remember, I don't have a website. I ain't had a website in 2 years. About to be 2 years.
No. I'm not saying, but I'm saying like in the mindset of they never had a website. And so they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put it off. But if you had a website, you had one.
Yeah,
but
if you never had it,
getting started, basically.
Yeah, if you never had it, getting it started is free. But there are little details to it to making it a solid yours. To where it's your name on it, or whatever your brand is, or your brand is on it. Those are a few steps later. When I said the whole situation of that little $2.50 a check for 50 weeks, that'll start the whole website up, meaning it'll be yours. It'll be the stamp of approval on there. But the thing is, you got to pay it yearly or monthly. So just know that you got to, whatever consistency you want to do it at. If you want to do it monthly, start monthly. But if you want to pay it yearly, save up, start it at a year's mark. Like,
I think that's the best thing I say for all my website users are thinking about getting away. I pay yearly. I think that's the better way for me. And also you can save your money up. You know what I'm saying? It's no issue.
And that's the thing too. Like you can easily get yourself started. Like I said, even if it's the thing of even if you can handle monthly is not a bad thing, because sometimes people that's just
it depends on your budgeting. It depends on your mentality, your budgeting. Your
if it's monthly, mentality. You got to do it monthly. Do it monthly. If it can fit a year, do it in a year.
Some people don't know how to put money up for a year.
Yeah. So whichever you choose, it can work. But just remember though, that target to what you're trying to get to, remember, it's going to take some money. So even don't be afraid to work 1, 2, 3 jobs. Don't be afraid to do that, y'all. Don't be afraid to do it. Trust me, you will have time to still do and work on your craft. But just remember, it's going to take your efforts, is going to take your money, is going to take
Ooh-wee.
your time, is going to take you, basically.
Ooh-wee.
So
We talking on this one, man. We talking on this one, man. We
I mean,
giving them some game. We giving them some game on this one and some
we've
gems.
talked,
Yeah.
we've given entrepreneurial guidelines a few times. And still, my biggest one is for everybody is your mentality. Change your mentality. Like, I have to say this part because it just makes sense. Like, for this whole situation to like go, I let go of my personal website. And for me, it's not a bad thing. I've said this. The reason being, sometimes one situation, taking from one situation and putting it in a whole new situation is what you needed. It was a thing of saying it was refreshing, but at the same time, I had to be honest with myself and say, okay, what's actually the thing that you want to do? The thing that I want to do is what I did. And it's more to it than just saying it's a podcast. There's more to it than podcasting. It's more so saying,
People get to know Duan Barrino more.
and
Like behind the
in the
beats.
case, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Behind the beats.
in case of, it allows a platform that is going to continue as saying, it was more so than just saying I didn't put myself in a box to say that I'm just gonna do just that. So for the
Yeah,
case of, it gives me other avenues, it gives me reasons to
exactly.
say
Yeah,
if I want to,
opportunities,
yeah, it's just
accolades,
yeah, and it's another form of saying, okay, you can add this to your resume. So some
resume. Yeah.
people don't take the small steps of getting. The biggest thing is, let me say this, the biggest thing
Hey,
is
and let
you,
me say that. Let me say, can I throw this in?
yeah,
It's never a problem doing too much.
never.
I never like artists that get in the game. Like I never understood why some artists would be like, "Nah, I don't want to act. I don't want to do movies." Now I'm the type of person I want to do it all.
That's what
I
you
want a
should do.
clothing line. I want a clothing line. I want to be in movies. I want a TV show. I want to be on the radio. That's just the mindset I have. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But some people are just they feel like they just can't. They can't do all them things. They have to just settle with this one thing.
It's all
And
attainable. It's
yeah,
all attainable. It's just whichever one you wanting to do, go for it, master it, and move on. Like I mean, I've been in music, still in music. I mean, all my life basically.
yeah.
Never been a week that I haven't had to go actually not playing a church. I mean, if I did, it was for a very short time, but you
Why
know,
not add more revenues that
and
you
it
can do
was
also?
and
You
it
know what
was
I'm
and
saying?
again, it's a blessing to have it. It's not like one of those things I asked to do. It's one of those things that was, my talent was so good, and the God-given talent that I have allowed me to do it. So for the case of, for whatever thing else that I do, I just put that same mentality into it, just like I did that. So the more and more I do this, the better and better I get at it. It's not like
Exactly.
I'm going backwards, I'm going forward. So
Exactly.
the content that we give is going to be so top notch that it makes people want to be like, okay, man, can we put a promotion in the middle of y'all videos, man, in the middle of y'all podcast? Because man, we see y'all getting like 15,000 views or 5,000 views a show, or
Oh,
300
y'all
views
dropping
a show,
consent. Y'all drop a lot. Y'all
it's
drop
just because,
consistency. You
or
know,
we
like
want to
yeah.
be added to y'all Instagram reels. Can you add us to y'all Instagram reels or your YouTube reels? Can you add us? I mean, you got to think about all these options that you
All
can
these
make
doors,
avenues
all
and
these
make
doors.
money
You know what I'm
from.
saying?
Yeah. So it's
And
never
like I
gonna.
said, you know, just simple minded, you could just be looking at the views.
Yeah.
But then somebody might just be looking at, wow, look how many episodes they drop a week, or
Mm-hmm.
how much they drop, or what they
Consistent.
saying, and they, you know what I'm saying? Even though the
Mm-hmm.
numbers might not be there, it's some other like good things about the situation, great
Exactly.
things about the situation. And
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. Don't put out like never limit yourself.
Yeah. Don't
You know what
limit.
I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
and it's the only way you limit it is if you ain't trying. So
exactly.
that's your
Exactly.
limits. If you ain't trying, you ain't gonna get to this point, man. Like we at it, if it's a thing of saying a reminder to somebody, and I had asked the question to you earlier, like how much does it, what does it
Do I
mean?
love how much do I love
Yeah, how much do
podcasting?
you, and it's a person can put a stamp on something and say, oh, I really like doing this, or I really love doing this. But the thing is not saying, okay, it's not taking a long path to say do you love it? It's really just like saying yes or no in a
And
sense.
can I say this?
Yeah.
I speak for me, and I'm speaking on me, saying that I love it. It's categories, it's situations that I could step up in and be better if I love something. Like you say, if you love something, you're gonna invest in it. You
Yeah.
love something, you're gonna invest time, money, effort, and all that.
Yeah.
It's a couple of them I could do better at. You know what I'm
And I'll
saying?
be honest with
And
you,
that's
and to
just me
me,
being real with myself. Go
and to
ahead.
me, just from the outer shell, just looking at the situation, if I were you, I actually put more time into this versus your own situation, because it's easier when you're tied into a team versus trying to do something on your own.
Correct, correct,
So
correct. And somebody
you're
you're comfortable with, and you
and if
trust,
the
and you
case
can work well
is
with.
it's
Yeah,
not like there's not like a thing where you are in a position where somebody's gonna steal something. This is nothing to steal from. It's
fact.
nothing to steal. This is all profit to the case of to be able to do this. This is what it's for. It's the content. We need the content to give to people. If we ain't got no content, what we
Hey,
got? We
what we
can't
got?
present
What we
nothing.
got? What
Yeah.
we
So
got?
if it's the case of we start doing all this promo and they just gonna come watch one video, we ain't winning. But if they come to this website and they see like, dog, wow, I gotta keep coming back over here because the case of they have this much content.
And you know
Okay.
what? And like I said, like we stated it, this is tying in. So like when you start young, work as much as you can young, so
Yeah.
you ain't gotta do old.
You ain't gotta
And with
worry
this
about it.
content, with this content is we shooting it out.
There
Hey,
you
somewhere down
go.
the road, we just gonna be watching the fruits of our labor that we
10,
created. You know what I'm
15, if
saying?
it's
And
10,
doing
15 years down the line, somebody like, look, man, we'll take over Not Just Music Podcast. We pay, whatever amount X dollars to get in, and or whatever, we'll keep it going for you. That's the idea. That's the key. That's the key.
these music artists, when they sell these catalogs, it's the
Yeah,
same thing.
same
They got
thing.
all these, they put all that material, they have all that, and people seen it and like, okay, I want to buy that from you. Same
There
way
you
with
go.
this.
And that's
Same
the
way with
thing. They
this.
want to see it. They'll be like, man, we just pick it up. That's the idea. But that again, this is all a business model. That's a whole business model plan. If you want to go make some money, you can go make some money. Go make your money. Whatever jobs you got to do to make it. Don't look at the job to say, oh, I just hate this job. Look at it. I was looking at who is it? Tabitha Brown, I think that's her name. She had Tabitha Brown. Is that her name? I had posted a
What
reel
she do? What she
today.
do? What she do? Who is it?
Pull it up. Let me pull it up and see. Make sure I say her name right. But I had shared it on Instagram today. Most people don't. Let me see. I shared it.
You
Yeah,
talking about
Tabitha Brown. I am
Jarvis?
Tabitha Brown. If I had shared it on my reel today. Basically she gave the idea, and she gave away a gem, man. It was so big, bro. Like if it didn't hit exactly how I imagined things to be, as if what I just said to you, like a lot of people take that 9 to 5 job a little too hard. And the 9 to 5 job is really just for the case of what it is. It's a 9 to 5 job. But just remember, I'm gonna tell you this now. Just
Talk
because
to me.
if
Talk
your
to me.
business, but just remember, if your business takes off, it's going how hard you working at that job, that's 9 to 5, it's gonna be 10 times harder than that. So just
Whoa,
imagine
whoa,
this,
whoa, whoa,
y'all.
whoa. Say it
Yeah,
again. Say it
yeah.
again. Say
Okay.
it again.
So if you're people work these jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have these 9 to 5 jobs all the time. I mean, it's common, man. Like, and it's became a thing of you see people work these jobs 40 years, right?
Yeah.
But a case of let me break down the urgency of what I said. The 9 to 5 job is basically it. Don't allow it to drown you to the point where when you get out and your business does go is going successfully.
Yeah.
Remember, you're going to have to work harder than you did at that 9 to 5 to keep your business going. So just think
Yeah.
about it like this, meaning you're strategically being given a job to where you just have to come in, clock in, you do the work, you go clock out, you go home. That's
Work don't
easy to
stop.
do.
Work
That's
don't stop.
easy.
You got
That's easy to do a 9 to 5 job. But if you're going to a business mentality, a business model, when there's no 9 to 5, and you're the one that is the reason why it's driving, you're the reason why it's making money, you're the reason why it's it's being the way it is. It's harder. Like I told you, like
and that's why you see a lot of the grimy stories, man. You know, a
bro.
lot of the grimy man, people ain't doing it
It's
all the way right.
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you think about it, like I was thinking the other day, if just looking now, 80 podcasts, right? So, but if you think about it, I posted 80 videos, I posted 80 audios, and we ain't even got to the
homisodes.
We ain't even got to the homisodes yet. So you get you the mentality, all of this stuff has it's work. And if it ain't getting done, it ain't gonna get put out. If it ain't gonna get put out, we don't have nothing. And see, that's the part why I said you're going to work harder doing this than at a 9 to 5 job. But the thing is finding the love in it to where it doesn't feel like a 9 to 5 job.
What you tell me you told me a couple months ago last year sometime, you say the hardest part is showing up.
Showing up.
Show
up. It's just because it's different when you have to show up to something that you ain't being paid for it. You don't get no money for this. You had to spend money to get there, but at the same time, when you get
still
there,
having that drive to get up and show up.
Yep.
And show
Same
out.
thing at the job. Same thing at the job. You go to this 9 to 5, like, dog, man, here we go. Another day. Yeah. Clock in, gotta go sit in traffic, Charlotte traffic, sit on 77, sit on 85 for an hour. Man, I'm getting tired of this job, man. But you go do it every single Monday through Friday, or however your 5-day week rolls. Like, even if it's 50 hours, like look at this. I'm gonna tell people this, and this is something that I thrive off of. Remember, a 50-hour job is nothing bad about it. Just remember, if you're working 50 hours,
I'm doing it currently.
Do it. Look at it this way. Even if it's the money that's coming out, remember this. That's one job. That's just one job. I know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I know a dude like right now who literally works about 78 hours a week, nonstop. And like how you said, no help. No, I mean, his parents are dead, his grandparents are dead. You know, all he has is like cousins. I think he has like one brother. But for him, he literally
it's people, and that's inspirational. It shows there's people out there actually still putting that work in.
Yeah, like
because because I think our mentality, especially mine, you can get in this pity party. Like, oh, ain't nobody going through what I'm going through or dealing with what I'm dealing with. But bruh, there's some people out here really grinding, man. Just like me, just like you, going to
get it. And that's why I tell you, like, my whole mentality of being around these people, it changes me. It made me be
that's what I'm saying. Being around those people, motivates you.
Yeah, it does.
When you don't see that around you, it's easy to get it for you.
It's easy to quit. It's easy to quit. It's easy to give up, man. Like I told you many times with this whole situation, it's not gonna ignite, right away. It's not gonna light up. It's not gonna just jump right away. This gonna take some time. I mean, it may take 5-10 years for it to actually be like this big situation. But at the same time, I guarantee you the consistency gonna kill people. It's gonna kill them. Because a lot of people can't do this at this rate. And we still killing the whole situation because it's the thing of we're still in the beginning. Yeah, because we're only about to be 2 years old. But at the same time,
work-wise, we're not in the beginning.
You take that part we're winning on, because that's just the course of we're taking it that way. If people don't come to it though, it's a lie, because it's traffic. We're getting traffic just from just doing the basic stuff. I haven't even added any money to nothing yet. But for the sake of when it becomes a thing of you'll see the situation start to slowly change. And I really think that the whole situation with the merch, I think that'll go a long way. I think going a long way with the Fast Fridays that I'm basically doing. I just decided just to make it a whole series. I ain't gonna even just put it out on just every Friday. I'm gonna just make a one good big master class of it. and put it out as a collective versus somebody so they can buy the whole thing versus just saying because I gave away too much.
We got that advice from Q. Advice from Q
about
too,
like
man.
10 hours. I got like maybe 12 hours of just content of how to do a podcast. I've basically given that to people for the case of if they want to do it. I really have a serious class to where you can look at this and it's on your own time, it's on your own pace. You know, it's on your own money span too, because the case of it's gonna take money to do it. But at the same time, if somebody really wants to do it and gets to this position where we're doing it at, I gave away the whole thing, the whole entire thing.
Wow.
But we at an hour, man. Gotta make this thing cut off because we ain't. We gotta edit it. You gotta make it look like something, but we done gave away a whole lot of nothing else. Man. But
yeah, you never know. This might be that one. Hey, see, that's the chances we do. The chances we take when we do this. Never know what's gonna be that one. That one video, that one reel, that one that spark the brain, spark the attention.